Hi everyone. So today's lesson is our revision lesson. What we're going to do today is going to start some revision on algebra. Okay, so this little exercise is using 3x plus 12 in loads of different formats and just trying to get you to spot what to do on each, basically what are the keywords. So again, like always, I'm going to talk through each of these and then going to ask you to go away and have a go on your own and then come back and we'll go through them together. So factorize this. Think about what the word factorize means. You can't remember, it means put it into brackets. Okay, so we are looking at putting those things into brackets by finding the biggest factor for both terms that will go outside the bracket and then see what you're left with inside the bracket. This one, find the value, so what it works out as, of 3x plus 12 when x equals 5. Well, this means 3 times whatever x is, doesn't it? So if you're told that x is 5, that's quite an easy sum to do. Okay, so figure out what that would equal if that x was a 5. Okay. This one, solve. Remember that the word solve in maths means figure out what the missing letter is. So that's 3x plus 12 equals 6. And when you get an equal sign, dash line down the middle of the equal sign, take away from both sides, add to both sides, figure out what your x is. And in this one, does the line with equation y equals 3x plus 12 pass through this point? It's a weird question, this one. Remember that your coordinates, this means that x is 1 when y is 16. So if x equals 1 there, would that end up giving 16? Okay, and then just explain your answer. So pause the video, have a little go at those, please. And then when you're ready, come back and we'll go through them. Okay, so hopefully you've had a good go at those. And let's start going through them. So remember, factorize means you look for the biggest factor of these two numbers. What can I divide both 3 and 12 by? Well, I can divide them both by 3. That's going to go outside the number, outside the bracket, sorry. What do I times 3 by to get 3x? Well, that's just x, isn't it? And what do I times 3 by to get plus 12? Well, that will be plus 4. So that's your answer there. Okay. This one, find the value of 3x plus 12 when x equals 5. That means that that x there is going to be a 5. So that means that we're going to do 3 times 5 plus 12, 15, add 12. So my answer there is going to be 27. Hold on, you got that one. Okay. Right, this one, solve. So dash line down the middle of the equal sign. Take away 12 from both sides because I want that 3x on its own over there. 6 minus 12 and we'll give you minus 6. Then we divide both sides by 3 because there's a 3x, isn't there? So we will get x equals minus 2. Minus 6 divided by 3 is minus 2. Right? And the final one there, does the line with equation this go through this coordinates? Well, that means that when x is 1, y is going to be 16. So let's replace them in there and see if it works. Does 16 equal 3 times 1 add 12? Well, that would be 3 add 12. Does 3 add 12 of 16? No, it doesn't go through. Okay, so that was your answer there. So 4 different ways there of using 3x plus 12 and 4 different techniques. I mean, obviously that one is similar to this one. And if you think about it here, that one could be a case of if you sub in minus 2 to this, you end up getting 6. So there are links between all of them, but just making sure, obviously, in the context of an exam, in the context of the actual questions, are you able to spot what to do? So well done if you managed to get any of them right. Right, second part of today's lesson then is specifically looking at solving equations. Okay, so I've set you tomorrow this Hegarty maths exercise, which is number 279. So what I've done is I've had a little look through the exercise and I pulled out the main types of questions. Okay, so your question 1 and question 2 will be dead similar to this one. Question 3 will be similar to this one. 4 will be similar to this one. 5 and 6 will also be similar to this one. 7 will be the same as that one, and then 8 and 9 will be the same as this one as well. Okay, so if you copy these examples in as we do them, you can then use this tomorrow to finish, to actually do the ones that you get yourselves. So on all of these, put your dash line down the middle of the equal sign. So for this one, I'm going to do this over here actually. 4x plus 2 equals 22. Dash line down the middle of the equals. Take away 2 from both sides there, which gives me 4x equals 20. Divide then both sides by 4, because we always want what x is, not, so we want 1x. So we've got 4x divided by 4, that will give me x equals 5. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Okay. If, by the way, if you know how to do some of these and you just want to have a go at them yourself and then come back and just pick, like maybe this one, you might think, oh, I don't know how to do that, or this one, absolutely fine. Just make sure that the examples are copied in and that you finish off your version of this exercise online on Hegarty Maths, please. Okay, so that was question 1. This one, let's visit there. It might do, visit there actually. Right, this time we have a minus there, don't we? So this time I'm going to plus 4 to both sides. So you're going to leave you with 3x equals 15 add 4 is 19. So I'm now going to divide both sides by 3. Right, and the problem here is obviously 19 is a prime number, which means it is not in the 3 times table. So remember, this thing here, give your answer as an improper fraction in its simplest form. So x just equals 19 divided by 3. 19 over 3 is how we write that. Okay. Right, question 4 then here. So dash line down the middle of the equal sign again, but what do we notice this time? We've got a bracket, haven't we? Now whenever you see anything with brackets, just expand the bracket first. Okay. The right hand side will still equal 27. The left hand side is going to be the answer to this expansion. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay. When I've got it like that, it's just exactly the same working out now as we did above. So I'm going to take away 18 from both sides. Just going to leave you with 3x equals 27 take away 18 is 9. Divide both sides by 3. So I get that x equals 3 there. Okay. And remember with these, you can always check. If I put x in as that 3, do I end up with 27? Well, 3 add 6 inside the bracket will give me 9. 3 times 9 is 27, so I know that's right. Okay. So you've got a few like that, which may end up giving you fractions. Just, if it does say give your answer in its simplest form, or as a fraction simplest form, sorry, you're doing that. If it doesn't say that, it means you can probably work it out properly to a whole number integer like that one. And then question 7 changes it a little bit. Question 7 now puts the bracket on the right hand side. Now all that does is it means that you're going to end up with your x on the right hand side. So this time we will get 50 equals the expansion to this bracket. Okay. So when the x is on the right hand side, you get rid of the number on the right hand side, which is the 25 there. So we're going to take away 25 from both sides. So we get 25 equals 5x. So I want 1x on its own from that, so I'm going to divide both sides by 5. So I get that x equals 5 for my answer there. Okay. Right, and the last type of question, and the only thing that I think will probably throw some ears with this, is when we get these kind of negative involvements like this. Right? So, thinking about what I just said there, apply that to this. First thing we do is just multiply out that bracket. So I'm going to get 6x minus 36 there, and that still equals minus 34. Right, I need to get rid then of the number on the right hand side. So I need to get rid of that minus 36. So I'm going to add 36 to both sides. Now, I know from teaching this for 13 odd years, or something like that in school, that people will get that wrong, okay? Use a calculator, because you cannot use a calculator to just figure out what x is, but you can use the calculator to figure out the little mini sums within your working out. So I want to use the calculator here to figure out what minus 54 add 36 is. Well, that gives you minus 18. Okay, and then from there, I'm going to divide both of them by 6 to get x on its own. So we end up that x equals minus 3. Okay, so make sure they're copied in for us, please. And then, if you've got any questions on any of those, please get in touch. Otherwise, you're going to be using this tomorrow to complete your own version of that Hegarty Maths exercise. Okay, so let me know if there's any problems.